Well, hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, and as always, a very good evening, ladies and gents. How are we all doing on this Tuesday morning for most of you, evening for some, and afternoon for others? I hope you're all doing well, nonetheless. Obviously, GJ has been on a bit of a tear to the upside since the start of the week. Today being the 21st, we don't really much news to come. We got the president of the ECB speaking a little bit later on. That's something to potentially look forward to. That might shake the markets up a little bit. Otherwise, FOMC member speaking a little bit later on, that could also do a little bit of damage to the markets. But the big one really comes for the pound later on when you have the Governor Bailey speaking well into the evening, by the looks of it, for those of you in the UK, and all past my bedtime, I'll be tucked away. So not much going on as far as news for our particular session. Meantime, guys, I'll get underway with the analysis. If anyone has any questions, any charts, please do send those in. Do feel free to ask questions. As always, guys, do say good day. You guys know I love it when you interact with me. Yeah, so we'll get underway, and as always, we'll start with GJ. So starting at the weekly time frame, once again, we've got a very strong bullish candle forming very early into the week, but we have high low, high high to the previous. Based off that, you guys know exactly what I'm about to say. We have no need to pull back and break our own low if we were to continue bullish. Not going to mark it in just yet because we're quite a distance off it, so I'm not going to bother with doing that today. But we should now, any pullbacks within the current weekly candle, when we go down to the minor time frames, that being more so the 30-minute but 4 hour as well, we could identify potential levels price could pull back to form a support before it heads back up to retest the high and continue to the upside. Well, obviously we'll see once we go down to the 30. We've pretty much just done that, so we could be ready to continue. Now onto the daily time frame. Once again, structure wise, we are bullish. Still got candles with momentum to the upside, a lot of volume in these candles. Current candle has a higher low, higher high to the previous, so same scenario applies to the weekly. If we were to continue bullish, really have no need to pull back and break our own low. We would have formed obviously support at the low of the current daily candle on the minor time frame at that level. So we'll see what we got below that level if we were to look for any sell options. Now onto the 4 hour time frame, and once again we are bullish across the board. We are trending to the upside within this wick though to the left, but we're just continuing to create high lows, high highs. There is nothing to suggest that that trend is going to change anytime soon. So for the time being, still bullish. The only thing we've got as far to the downside to give us any sort of confluence is the fact that the current candle has a lower high, lower low to the previous, but still not a great indication just yet. We'll see what we've got in 30. I'm just going to mark in resistance and support. I'm just going to mark in the most recent support. I'm going to mark in levels on the M30. Obviously, I'm going to mark in a level at the high on the M30 as well, and probably another level in between. I might even just mark in this previous 4 hour resistance that we broke out of yesterday, and see what we got that level there for potential pullbacks. So now onto the M30. All right, so as we can see within the current daily candle, price has just recently pulled back to retest the support formed at the daily open. So we've just retested that low, remained above it, we've bounced right off it, so we've pulled back to a level where we could have and have done so, potentially a level that price could have to grab liquidity before we do continue to the upside. And now we're bouncing off that level. There is a high probability that we will continue to remain bullish, and if we begin to break the current daily candles high, create a higher high, and move further into this clean area traffic to the left on the 30-minute time frame, which is that wick on the 4 hour. So as we can see, we've bounced off a support formed. That support also is the level where if we close below, we would flip the structure on the M30 bearish. So that is probably a level I'd begin to look for some sell options. At least at that point there, we'll have a catalyst, that being 30-minute flipping structure. We may also have a 4 hour candle closing back strong bearish if that's to be the case as well. That could lead to a deeper pullback. It could be a short-lived pullback where we could retest this 4 hour resistance over here to the left-hand side, create another support within the current weekly candle to head back up in line with the direction of the current weekly and the overall trend to the upside. So As far as most immediate levels where I'm going to be looking to trade, obviously if we do pull back yet again to the current low, current daily low, and respect that support 191,460 roughly, I'm going to be looking for my buy options, my catalyst within price action to look for a buy to take it back up towards the current daily candles high. Now, as mentioned before, we are creating high lows, high highs. We've just bounced off that support. So if we do begin to approach the highs, just depends how we do so. If we approach with volume, nice strong closure into that blue zone, I may look for impulse entries above 198,912. Otherwise, I'm going to be looking for closures above that level to execute a potential buy. I may even consider a 15-minute closure. Seeing we are in such an uptrend, we have clean traffic to the left. We have retested the support, grabbed liquidity from the downside. If we were to pop above, I feel at that point there, we're likely going to continue to the upside with the volume and with the momentum. Now, if we do begin to pop below the support at the current daily candles low, at that point there, once we get closure below it, we're going to be flipping structure in the M30 bearish. Doesn't mean I'm just going to jump into a sell, because we do have this support to the left to consider. So what I'd like to see, if that was to be the case, price pull back, maybe tap into this support a little bit further to the left around 198.30. Bounce off it, create a lower high, reject that 198.450, and if I've got the margin, look for a potential sell from below that level. So it doesn't mean I'm just selling it if we close below it. That is what I want to see. I want to see it actually make a move down, impulse left leg down, then pull back to retest the resistance, previous support, which should turn resistance if we are to continue down. And that is when I'd start to consider my sell options. For sells within the current range, I'm not all that keen right now. We are in such an uptrend, guys. I'm not going to try to trade against the trend. We don't yet have any real catalyst for me to trust the sells within the current range. So I'd rather just be patient with it and let it provide me something, and that being the 30-minute flipping bearish. So that is the analysis moving forward on GJ. I'd also look obviously for buys above previous resistance a little bit lower down. So really around that 198.10 would be another level I'd be looking for buys if price did actually pop below. We've also got the level just a bit above it. If price did bounce into that, I would also look for potential buys around that 198.30 sort of level as well. So that is a GJ. So let's have a look at the gold. Now this is where gold varies a little bit in terms of sell options to GJ. We don't yet have a daily closing back bearish, but what we do have on gold is the previous daily closed with a long wick to the upside, closing a weak bearish candle. And what the current daily candle has done so far is create a lower high, lower low to the previous, and we are forming bearish. So a little bit more reason to potentially look for sell options on gold. The current weekly candle, again, has no need to pull back and break its own low if it was to continue bullish, seeing it has a high low, high high to the previous candle. But back to the daily, we can see that's that weak bullish candle. We've broken a low of it. So if we begin to break the current daily candle's low, the support formed at that level, there's probably going to be options to take a sell in anticipation of price is going to make a deeper correction, potentially down to 23.80 at some point. Doesn't mean it has to do it all in one move, but that could be, by the looks of it, a higher time frame target. It's also a level here to the left at 23.94 roughly, right, 93.94, which is previous resistance. So onto the 4 hours, we can see we are bullish. We are rejecting those all-time highs. We are tapping into this previous level of resistance here to the left. We'll see if we'll form a support. We've obviously got levels of support at that level. I'll give more evident, and I'll mark that on the 30 minutes. So I'll mark that in on the M30. Just going to mark in the most recent resistance to the downside, 23.97 roughly. Most recent resistance within the move down from the rejecting highs at 23.45, and onto the 30-minute we go. So we are bullish on the 4 hour, just making a bit of a pullback. All right, so the current daily candle is low. We have bounced off with create support, which is lines up with the support here to the left hand side. Now, if we begin to approach the current daily candles low, guys, and this to me is a gray zone, so lines doesn't actually on the 30, it's actually below that level on the 30, so I'm going to change it to blue. Still, yeah, I'm going to leave it at blue. All right, so perfect. Within the current daily candle, guys, we are trending bearish. We've created lower high, lower low. Well, trying to confirm a lower high just now. So for the sells, if we begin to break the current daily candles low and start to pop below the support here at 24.04 to be precise, I will look for my sell options to take it back down to potentially that previous 4-hour resistance at 23.97. There's definitely enough margin within that little range just there. Look for the sells upon continuation below that support. I may consider sells below the current daily candles low, potentially, because what we're doing then in the current daily, as we can see, as I mentioned, we've pulled back. Well, that was towards the end of yesterday. Within the current daily candle, we've created a low, lower high, lower low. We're now trying to confirm a lower high yet again. So if we do begin to approach the low of the current daily, may look for early entries. However, I'm probably going to likely wait for a nice closure below 24.04 for that sell option. Now, so that's for the sell. It's not going to take a sell just now, even though we are rejecting. Reason being is because we're at support. So I'm not comfortable selling into the support, and we are still overall technically bullish. The 30-minute is bearish. However, bias wise, we are bullish still. We've got 3 other time frames to the upside. So I could look for my buys. Now, what I'm seeing within the current daily, we have just formed a resistance at this 24.17 level. If we were to continue bearish, we should head back down, create a lower low, begin to flip begin to pop below current daily candles low, break the support at that level, and head further to the downside. So if in fact we do the opposite and start to pop above this resistance at 24.1743 to be exact, we've got some pretty clean traffic to the left. Remember, we are still bullish across the board. Remember, the weekly candle is still forming bullish. So if we break the resistance formed on the way down, then there is a high probability we're going to make a deeper pullback, potentially up to that 24.30 sort of level. Now, what I'm seeing with gold lately is it is obviously moving with a great deal of volume. So I feel it could be best to trade gold with a wider stop loss, smaller lot size, looking for a bigger securing a larger position, a larger margin. So instead of maybe at 10 pips, maybe get to break even and secure a little bit at that point, maybe like a third or something, but just keep more on the table, because you get most of the entries in gold currently require a wider stop loss due to the volume that is currently being traded within. A lot of these candles are have a lot of volume in them, so therefore that is probably what I'd be doing. Just wider stop loss, smaller position, wider targets, and that is probably what I'd be looking at on the gold. So just for now, guys, looking at potential buys above the resistance here. Otherwise, we'll see what happens if price does pull back to that support at 24.08, and we could even look for buys a little bit lower down. We'll have to see how price reacts to it. And for sells other than below 24.04 or below the current daily candles low, I'm probably just gonna have to wait for a little bit more data. If we do pop up and reject 24.30, then I'd also consider potential sell options at that point as well. Yeah, so that is the goal, guys. As for my focus, what shall it be? Well, both are kind of moving against the trend. We'll just have to wait and see if GJ is right near the support for a potential buy. So GJ probably looks closer to an entry, but we've got just over 10 minutes remaining for this candle to close. So we'll wait and see where we're at for the open. So that's GJ, that is gold. Seeing I'm not going to get involved in trade just now, I may quickly have a look at GU and just knock that one on the head so we can move forward. All right, so GU looks like it's rejecting the previous daily candles high, but starting once again at that all-important weekly time frame, higher time frame, and that has a high to the previous. Once again, has the need to pull back and break its own low if it were to continue bullish. We're broken above this resistance to the left as well. Onto the daily time frame, signs of potential exhaustion. That previous daily did close with a high low, high high, but not the strongest candle. Current candle trading within the previous daily high and low. Not a great deal of momentum early doors. We flipped bullish. We're still bearish technically, believe it or not, until we close above this resistance. Yep, we're still technically bearish on the daily time frame. Pretty sure the other time frame is going to be bullish. The 4 hour is. 4 hours actually closed above the resistance, but currently pulling back to that level yet again. So on the 4 hour, we're just going to mark in the highs. That's going to be our level of resistance. Above it, we have some clean traffic to the left, so I'm likely going to be looking for buys above that level if I was to trade this pair, because you are into clean traffic. Got support. I'll mark it on, I'll just do that and I'll adjust on the 30, and that'll be my levels for the time being. So the good thing is, below the low of the previous daily candle, got some pretty clean traffic to the left. By the looks of it, we're starting to pop below a 4 hour resistance as well. So the M30 is quite evident we are just consolidating right now. So for me, structure wise, the M30 has just remained bullish. It will remain bullish as long as it stays above this point here at 127, just really 127 flat, you could argue, that sort of level, just a little bit above that level. So what I would prefer to do is just trade the range. We are rejecting just now. The issue with the rejection, we're pulled, this candle is pulling right back down to the middle of the range, right back to a support. Not sure you're gonna have the margin right now to sell it below that level. Could be options, but for me right now, I just let it come back down. If it does form support at 127 flat, that could be a first potential option to buy it. Otherwise 127.90, that sort of level. So I'd be probably drawing in a support just here. Just be wary of it as a level that price could bounce off, give you a candle swing price action to buy it. Otherwise, you're going to be looking for your buys a little bit lower down on GU. So the buys, as for the sells, obviously sells below the support at 126.894. Instant clean traffic to the left. Also, definitely would have confirmed, likely have closures at that point, which would have confirmed structural flip on the M30. Also, the daily, we breaking, creating a lower high, lower low to the previous. So therefore, definitely sells below that level there. And if price does pull up to only to reject it again, 127.18 roughly, I would also look for my catalyst within price action to potentially sell it from that level there as well. So that is GU. As for NAS, we'll have a look at it maybe a little bit later on. It's not something I recommend trading at this time of day. It's just how often we see it do this when we look at it during London session. So we have 6.5 minutes remaining until London Open, ladies and gents. Do say good day in the chat if you have not done so, and do please hit the like button. That would be much appreciated. I want to do a giveaway, but I want it to be a good one. So I want there to be lots of people on the stream as well. You guys are probably saying don't do it when there's lots of people, because it gives you guys more chance to win. But I like to be fair and give everyone a chance. So like I said, I'll be doing some giveaways shortly. Maybe today, I'll see. In the meantime, good morning, RR, good morning to you. Franco, good morning, brother. Saxy, good morning. Armageddon Trading, good morning to you. Lau, good morning to you. Cabe, that's what we're looking for. Hope you're well, my friend. Ian, good morning, brother. Dot, good morning to you, my sister. Steve, morning to you. Man Vic, as always, good morning. My gold cell crying in corner. Crying in corner? Where we're selling from, looks like you're in some pretty good profits. Man Vic, these days I see 5-minute candle beings. Yeah, I know, that's the thing. That's why I think it requires trading with maybe a small lot size, wider stop loss. RS, good morning to you, and Mr. Phil, good morning to you as well. Thank you. I saw your name pop up, Mr. Phil. I didn't even have to ask. I didn't even have to ask you to remind me about the journal. So let me see if I can pull it up and actually, yeah, don't forget stuff. Let me see if I can pull it up and share the link. Now, I think you guys can use it for yourself. I'm not 100% sure though, but I'll send a link into this chat and I'll send it into the Discord as well. So that's just a journal. It's like a template. You guys can use it. I'll quickly share it into the Discord. Now, if it's only read only or view only or whatever, I'm sure good old Benny C, if he's in the chat, I'm sure he'll know how to fix that, and I'm sure someone will either way. Skull rejecting, as is GJ. So I'm not quite gonna have a catalyst yet on either. We just need to wait patiently, and that's all good. RS, you mind looking into USDCAD? Yeah, I will. Got CAD CPI. Yep, not a problem. Michael Hughes, good day to you. USDCAD. So yesterday we did call buys from the support based off the 4-hour time frame. If you do remember, and said wait for the 4-hour to close back bullish, and what it's done. So would have made the move pretty much all the way to the highs until this one particular candle. So if had you took a buy, you definitely would have had the chance to secure some decent profits. So looking at it just now, we're right back at the top of that range. So once again, let's quickly do the analysis. Weekly is pulling back. I did mention that range, that 4-hour resistance, the high of it, lines up with roughly 50% within the previous weekly candle. As a level, you guys know how I feel about that. If we do have a strong bearish or bullish candle, what I like to see is when a new candle opens up, if it does pull back to retest around that 50, I want, so depending on the direction, so the previous candle was bearish, I want the sellers to jump into the market, defend that level, and potentially that could be the highest point in the weekly candle before we end up heading back down in line with the previous candle. Now we could just be range bound though, but we're so far, we've pulled up to that level only to respect it. Daily structure wise, we are bullish. Previous daily did close bullish. We have a high, low, higher, high. That would suggest that we could continue to the upside. However, we are rejecting that resistance, which we'll see is quite evident on the 4-hour. So the 4-hour bearish in structure, and we are once again rejecting that level. Current candle, yeah, not a great deal of volume as to be expected this time of day. So just based off that, what I'd be looking for on UCAD is sells from this resistance. The only thing is you're running straight to support. You do have leaner traffic below 126.320. So if price 126.220, so if price dip approach that support, bounce off it, create lower high, and start to close below it, would be some sell options at that point. Take it back down to the range, just trade it range bound. That's what I'd be looking at for the sells. Now as for the buys, don't have that much margin above the high, but what we do have is 30-minute is still technically bullish from this big move up, remain bullish above this support. So if we do now create a higher high, start to pop above this resistance, what I like to see it do is create a clean move, potentially retesting these highs, or create a higher high to give you more margin when it pulls back. Clean move down, or clean move up, clean move down, and then look to buy it from support. Otherwise, just trade range. If it does pop back down to 136 flat, I'd be looking for my buy options from there. So that is UCAD. It's in time for the London Open. GJ bouncing off that level again. Do we have any sort of catalyst? Still don't see anything. 15 is potentially closing bullish. I don't see anything that ticks the box for me. I mean, 5-minute, we don't have a resistance to be breaking. Add confluence to price moving forward. If it does break a resistance and it's likely to head up, it's just bouncing off the support. So fortunately, I'm not going to buy it based off just the 5-minute support or confirmation on the 5-minute. I'm simply just going to wait for my opportunity moving forward. So let's maybe focus on DJ. Is there anything I can get on gold? It's just closed above that support. I don't feel there is. London Open, guys. Let's see. FX Strong, good day to you. Hope you're all well. All right, so we do have the open. Tell you one thing, guys, my arms and chest are absolutely aching from yesterday's workout. So I don't want to put on another 2 or 3 kilos, so I'm doing lower reps. lifting some heavier weights, and oh god, am I feeling it today. Good feeling though. Definitely tickling in the right places, which is always a positive. All right, what are you guys looking at? What are you guys seeing? I know solid in trades right now. I know, other than Manvic. James, I'm waiting for you. Yeah, it could be a while for that. And just quickly, guys, as well, today, if you haven't joined the free Discord group, do so, because I will be live for NY with the only Discord members only. So it's a free Discord group, so do join, guys. The link should be a valid link, and it's down in the description below. Very, very tricky price action right now. It's BJ trying to bounce off the support. There is no clear-cut catalyst for me, and there is no pattern that I can recognize to look for any potential entry. And I need to wait for a little bit more data to print before we decide if there's anything else potentially in offer soon, moving forward. Probably an NY play, James. Yeah, it could be, but we'll see. Gbpjpy, can I sell gold on 1 hour time frame right now? On the 1 hour. Not a bad catalyst on the 1 hour. Bearish engulfing candle. The issue is you're running straight into support. And as far as, again, I'm not huge on risk to reward, but this doesn't really tick my fancy. If I've got like a 60-70 pip stop and I'm targeting the support at that point there, when there's probably like, there is literally 18 pips to tap into it below the low of that candle, I'm not comfortable rolling with that sort of probability, that margin moving forward into a trade. So for me, I just be waiting patiently.
Hey, good morning, man.
How are you, brother?
I'm right. How you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad.
I'm in that gold buy from there, from the bottom.
Gold buy from where?
Yeah. It's a heavy zone, so I'll just put my stops behind. If it gives you a retest of this area and respects it, it's probably buy side.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's not my cup of tea, but again,
I know.
it's not. It's very impulsive, and I feel, again, the guys on stream, if you guys, especially the ones who aren't as experienced, if you start trading this way, you're just going to get yourself wrecked. So leave it to someone who's you know, not qualified, it's not right, but someone who's experienced and knows what they're doing. But don't just jump in.
So I'm just looking at this area, and I've used that as my back.
Yeah.
But even if it comes back and retests where the body is. Basically, if it gives you like a retest here, it's more confirmation with the tight stop, because I see it's looking for liquidity, and there is some here.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah, potentially could be like a pullback if it's gonna respect that to go again, or if it breaks up. We've got money above as well, so just a quick scalp. I might break even already anyway because I got in right here. So my break even is like in this area already. So
Nice one. No, I'd be waiting. For me, there's not even like any structure formation on even on the 5 minute these lows, so there's just nothing.
yeah,
Nothing for the way I trade. I'm not gonna just take an entry right now. I mean, it does look like it could head up, but I'm just gonna stick to what works best for me and be patient with it. Just wait for a Xauusd to form for, of course, to what I want to see. GJ still trying to come back down. Nothing there on GJ as well for me. A lot of people probably bought it based off the 15. Now you're stuck in some pretty heavy drawdown. So it's fine to not be in trades, guys. Like I always say, don't always feel like you need to be involved, especially at session open. I know a lot of you do, because you think, oh, there's volume there, I've got to get myself in a trade. What am I doing? Is buying or selling? And you have no idea at that point what you're doing, and then get yourself into a mess. I always say to my guys, if there's no trades there to be taken, then don't take any trade whatsoever. Don't take second best, third best, or just any reckless trade. You wait. You simply wait.
don't force it, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's different. I know it's different for you because you've got a different way of trading, but I know so many are gonna get wrecked if they just try to trade it that way. Good to see you, James. Been a while. How's it going, brother?
Morning, champ. Yeah, very well. How are you doing?
All good. You've been enjoying some sunshine or something, have you?
Oh yeah, I went away.
Yeah, I know you're away for a bit.
And then you just get out of the routine, and then you've got to force yourself back into it, haven't you?
That's it. You got to get back into the habit. So
it's always good to see to come back and see your subscribers having doubled again.
They're going up. Unbelievable. I never imagined my wildest dreams to go up so fast, but it's the pity the views on the streams are actually down a little bit, which is surprising. Had one indifferent week last week, which still ended up in a profit. I think on stream was like 3 and 2. That was the first couple losses we've had in ages. So I'm not sure if that threw off some people, but
it's a shame. It probably does.
Probably.
Unfortunately, it shouldn't, but I imagine it does.
No, but it's just it's part of the parcel of streaming.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the subs are up to 1,150, I think. So
I think when I was last on, which was 2 weeks ago, there were 600, 650.
Yep. Yeah, I think it was about around 7 or something. So I had a day when it jumped like 140. I'm like, wow, that's someone's liking me. But unfortunately, it's just not rolling across into the live views. And
I suppose you've got to have a perfect storm of lots of people being. I mean, who really is free at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday morning? Most people are getting ready, or either at work or getting ready for work.
Yeah, well, that's true. But there's a lot of competition out there as well, unfortunately. So if I'm consistent with it, and some of the others slacking off a bit, I'll pick up their slack, and that's pretty much how it works. You waiting on GU?
Yeah, buys above ideally.
Yeah, above the highs, 127.50.
Yeah,
250. Yeah.
Because there's a big range above that.
Yeah,
Next
it is.
Target I've got is 2762. So
Okay, yep.
Quite a way to go.
You got definitely some fresh air above that level. So you're talking about that previous support. Yep. Fair enough.
I think that's the point I used. Yeah, the low of that.
Yep.
Bullish. Yeah.
What is EJ up to? Very similar to GJ. EJ looks decent for sells if it closes below.
I think you got news coming out from Europe as well. So
Yeah, there's Lagarde speech shortly, I think.
yeah, we don't want to be touching euro at the moment, to be honest.
No, probably not with that. That should be red folder, that's for sure. I'm not sure why it's listed as orange here. Even this one, Yellen speaking.
Yeah, so for the euro, today will be a bit.
Yeah, volatile.
Yeah.
Could well be. There is a fair bit of news to come later into the week, but well, yeah, not well, actually there is today on euro. And also the pound. We've got more USD news, I think, from tomorrow. What here before? Well, I know the RBA, which is Bank of Australia, still talking about rate hikes more likely than any cuts anytime soon. So
yeah,
that hasn't really done much for the Aussie though. That's from whatever reason has made a bit of a pullback.
Usually it does that as well, so it gets ready.
And then makes the move.
Yeah, when the news happens, they already know, so they'll probably take out everyone that's in buys from these zones and then starts taking off again.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping so.
They usually bring the market to a zone they like and then take off from there again.
Yeah, and that's a pretty strong level by the looks of it. Wow, lines up resistance, support.
Neckline.
Yep.
So it kind of deactivated the double top. So you can definitely see a lot of people might have got caught taking shorts from the neckline, thinking.
Yeah, and it's just going to melt and it bounces off it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see on the gold.
Yeah, gold kind of tapped into my TP, but the spread
didn't secure, did it?
It's gonna do it now. So that's where I see a bit of rejection.
Yep, off the, what was it, 5 or 15? 5.
Yeah, I'm just watching it on a 5. This is where I see we should be running into a bit of rejection. And if we're gonna go back down, it's the best area to actually give us a leg down.
Yeah, we'll soon find out.
Yeah,
I'm kind of hoping it pops above that level so I can look for my potential buy options, or at least pop up to it and give me my catalyst within price action to potentially sell it.
Yeah. If it does pop above and fail down, because you got stops sitting here, if it does that, kind of poke the sells and use those stops to come back down, that'll be ideal. But if it respects it, then it's definitely
then it's likely exactly coming up to the next 30-minute resistance or support.
Yeah.
Jacob, good day to you. Hello to you.
To be honest, just yesterday, I've done all my levels based on a 1 hour.
Okay. Any reason as to why?
Yeah. I had previous monthly highs. I had previous daily highs. This is a previous daily low. There's a previous daily high around here. It's around 422.
Daily high.
Week like previous weekly high. So I just use those levels on the hour.
Okay.
And it's literally so like that was a level. I had that. As long as it stays under it, I'll take positions to the downside from there. I think another level I had is this one here because of that.
Yep.
And this was another level. So I had 3 levels marked out. Took the bias from this area yesterday. I think I got out around here. And then afterwards I took the sells from there to here. Then I left.
The man's in many trades, isn't he? Very happy.
I take one trade and, for example, like I'll mark up this zone and I want to get out here and see how it reacts.
Yeah. For me, I did not trade, didn't even bother after the stream. Did an update video, but did not spend any more time on the charts.
Yeah.
So,
Because I'm usually only trading US30, NAS, and gold. So US30, I had a sell. NAS, I'm still waiting because I think NAS is waiting on Nvidia coming out.
I thought
night.
it already came out.
Nah, it's tomorrow night.
I thought they reported yesterday. I heard some results when I was driving back on Bloomberg that they're a lot better than what they forecast. I could be wrong unless they're talking about the last quarter or something.
Yeah, so it's coming out tomorrow, and then they expected it to actually break records, and that's why NAS is just holding around the area that's holding.
You watch it, it's gonna dump at some point, like really shit the bed.
Yeah, if they get the hit, they might go for the psychological $1,000 level, and then it might give you, like on a high time frame, might give you a triple top and start refilling the gaps to the downside.
Yeah, I'm talking even fundamentally. Now, you want to have a watch of that link that I sent into the group.
Yeah,
that's some crazy shit. Definitely worth a watch if you have not. Guys in the Discord, just scroll up a bit.
Hey Justin.
Good day, Mr. Phil. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
All good, brother. All good. Is that journal working okay? Can you guys actually use it, or is it just view only?
Yeah, I made a copy. It looks okay.
Okay, nice one. All good. What are you looking at today?
Thanks. I appreciate it.
No, not a problem. Not a problem.
I'm actually in a Gbpjpy.
Gbpusd?
But yeah, got in early.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm actually working with it on the 2-hour time frame, so it gives me a good entry.
Okay. You maybe somewhere here, or?
Yeah. On the previous candle that rejected. So when you break the
So that's your previous weekly high and previous monthly high as well, right here.
Yeah, actually. So if on my chart, I actually have that marked up. So this is kind of like a breakout, and this was kind of consolidating above the breakout of that current weekly highs. So once it gave me this option here, I just went with it.
You're gonna be retesting
nice
that
one,
because it's also a previous daily high as well, so you'll be retesting that soon.
Yeah.
But then from there, expect a reaction.
I'm just the position is not that, since it's I'm looking to hold it for a little while. I didn't take a big position, so
yeah.
The stop loss is not that much.
I mean, you should be in the money already, man.
Yeah, of course. I think it's running now. Like how many pips? Let me see. Not even looking at that.
Yeah.
Nice one.
I think it's running quite in a bit now.
Just quickly, Frank, the doco show we are just a mob of plebs, subject powers that be. Yeah, exactly, 100%. That's what it shows. Completely, we have absolutely no control, and they can just flick a switch whenever they want, and whole system shuts down basically. Especially the equity market that is bursting. Just looking
Also,
at gold.
I want. Can you take a look at EU?
EU, yeah,
Looks like, yeah,
yeah. And what in particular are you looking at?
yeah.
My
So
opinion of it, or
no, no, I mean AU, not EU.
oh, AU.
The Aussie dollar. Yeah, Aussie dollar.
Yep. So
Yeah, so if you look at it on the 4-hour, this is like
yeah, bouncing off support.
testing zone. It's bouncing off support.
Yep.
And even on the on like the weekly, this is like the 50%. This is like the 50%.
Oh wow, perfect. Yep.
Checking.
And it's bounced off it.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
I think if it flips that M30 bullish, it's a pretty good buy.
Yeah, I think that could potentially be a lowest point for the new weekly candle. I agree. I mean, you've got a bit of consolidation just above that resistance where it'll flip the structure. What you could do is wait for it to create that move up, or you could look for maybe early buys based off maybe the 4-hour. So you could wait for a 4-hour to close bullish at that support. I would still prefer it to be above that resistance, but you might say to yourself, I'm gonna go for wider stop loss. I've got a strong closure. It's at a strong support, which lines up previous resistance. It's tapped into that 50% of the previous weekly candle and has gathered some orders to the upside. So that potentially could be us for the week on to the downside, and we could be ready for a bigger move to the upside. So yeah, potentially, I think that could be an option. Yesterday we talked about USDCAD off the 4-hour, and that made the move to eventually to the upside of the range. So yeah, I was
even looking to take the entry a little bit down here, but this M30 that looks
Just here?
bearish,
Yeah.
it flipped my 2-hour candle bearish, so
Alright.
it did not give me the entry. Yeah, because I was looking at it on the 2-hour as well.
Yep.
I wanted this
That would
previous
also
2-hour candle to close engulfing to the previous one.
Yep.
So
And that
if
would be
that
catalyst.
happened, I would have took the early entry from there.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think that looks good. It mirrors what happened to the left.
Yeah.
So you still might be able to get it, but you're obviously going to need to wait, for that candle to close, and there's still a fair bit of time within it. So
because this current candle going, it did not create any lower wick, so it makes me a little bit skeptical about that.
yeah,
So
I can
if
see
I
that.
would take it again, I will have to wait for it to close above that blue zone you just marked there.
Yep, I think it's a good level there, or a little bit higher up. That's a safer level because you're clear. You got some nice clean traffic above it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an order block as well. You're gonna get into problems in that area. On the previous, what time frame was it? The previous one.
That was 2-hour.
2-hour. See, like, you're gonna run into problems here.
Yeah, potentially.
You're always gonna run into problems
Mm.
if it goes above. So
To wait and see, but gold's looking like it's once again trying to bounce off this support. So we'll just see how this candle closes. There could be potential entries on the next candle, but once again, guys, I do highly recommend trading gold a little bit differently these days. Wider stop loss, wider target, smaller position. Up to you if you want to secure something at your 10 plus pips, or you may just hold on to it a bit longer. But what I'd be considering is just securing like maximum 50% and then just letting a good chunk of it go. But once again, I do trade fixed lots, but I'm just going to cut it by probably 2/3, I'd say, moving forward. For the time being, only for the time being, unless it's as per the usual sort of setup. But when I've got a stop loss of 70, 80 pips and it still makes absolutely perfect sense to take a trade, that's probably what I'm going to do. Just cut the lot size, go for a wider target and a wider stop loss. Good day to you, Josh. Just saw you.
Good day.
How are you, bro?
you?
Been a while. How's the
Good,
arm?
man. Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad. I'm moving this week, so a little bit hectic, but hey,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Nice one. Focused on goal, guys, so
Man, see, that was a buy, bro.
it was, but again,
Yeah,
it's not. Most people are not going to see that. And it's not for my buy too. I'm not trained to see that as an entry.
yeah.
So once again, I don't get FOMO. I'm just simply waiting for this, and then I can potentially get involved. So right now I'm starting to consider options for a stop loss. So if we close above, I'm probably just going to use the 15-minute. Now if it closes significantly above, I may even look for a limit buy potentially.
Ideally, you want to run into this first and then see how you react. If we can run into it.
Potentially, yep. We'll
Yeah,
see.
if
We'll see.
If we go above, react and hold.
Hey, good morning, Justin.
How are you, brother?
Fine, and you?
Yeah, very well. Good to hear you on the stream again.
Yeah. So, market today is more or less as yesterday moving.
So far, yeah. I mean, gold's looking like it wants to maybe give us an option. GJ is just a little bit difficult right now. The price action is at a level I want to get involved, but it's not yet providing a catalyst to do so. So,
Yeah.
could be gold, but I want a nice strong closure now on this 15. Now, would I take it otherwise? Before I'll be flipping. So that's an added confluence. Doesn't look like a really nice candle though. The hourly, what does that look like? So the hourly, I don't yet have a catalyst. I'm in fact going to be breaking that previous candle's high. The catalyst on the hourly would be an actual closure above engulfing. So right now, at this stage, I'm likely going to have to wait, but we'll see. Gonna open up my magic keys. So this is what I want to see at support, but I want it to actually close above it to give me my confirmation. Because as long as we remain below it, we could just reject, and we could pop up, reject again, and then I potentially could be looking for my options to sell it moving forward. Now, I'm not going to take the impulse just now.
And we also closed below the 4-hour support prior. So maybe there's really a chance that price is coming back down.
There is, yeah. I think there is. It could definitely do so because we are creating lower highs, lower lows. If we respect this level, there's a high probability we will come back down. Now, about to close, we're closing above the bodies of the candles here to the left. I was going to say I want it to pop up, pop down, then up again, then I might buy it, but it's not yet closed above. Don't have the catalyst to look for a limit order as well, because we're not above any of these bearish candles. Yeah, so for the time being, I'm just gonna have to wait.
These weeks we have there, I think it's not risky. It's risky right now. I think
Yeah,
so.
I think it had to close up above.
Yeah, I mean, that hour's probably not going to flip to the downside.
No, doubtful.
Yeah, So that's another thing I do as well with the hour. If it starts in a zone, it's you'll find out when it flips really quick.
When it really quick that it's
Really
tapped into
yeah,
liquidity.
Yeah, you'd be wrong really quickly and then going the other way if it must. But like even if you take, for example, on an hour, if you take a sell, how far do you think the hour's gonna come down? Like, you know, it could give you up to here.
Yeah, I know. Logically, it doesn't seem likely it's going to make a big enough move.
Yeah.
So there's definitely no sell option at this rate. I just would have liked for it to pop above higher or close above higher for the buys. So what I'd be looking at just now, so I don't mind the fact that it's trying to break, and then if it pull back yet again towards its low, that's when I'll try to buy it if it breaks zone high again. So I'm not going to chase it just now.
I mean, the price at the moment seems to be a very interesting area that it could just flip one way or the other.
Yeah, well, it was trading bearish within the current daily candle.
Yeah.
It's bouncing off its support though.
Okay.
The bias is definitely still bullish. I just don't have a strong enough confluence just yet. That's it.
Yeah. I haven't been around to see what's really been happening with the market, but by the looks of it, it's kind of broke all-time highs, which is not surprising because that was bound to happen. We spoke about this a while back, how it could potentially go for a new all-time highs, but it depends if the price was going to react, where if the price was going to flip to become a bearish structure for quite a while. But because now it's in that price, it's quite tricky, because it looks like it did make it on Monday, but then it just changed over yesterday. So price is definitely very unsure.
Yeah, it's just a big pullback from the new all-time high, but again, that's always going to happen. It's always going to have pullbacks, but still the bias is to the upside.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
So,
100%. 100%. Like like you said, any new all-time highs is going to have a reaction.
Yeah.
And I fully agree on that. And I kind of guess it's good that it happened now, because if it's going to have that pullback and have that reaction, this would be a good time. But price looks like it just wants to continue going sideways for a bit until there is a main news that will give that direction.
Bit of a shove. Well, that could come tomorrow. There's some news to come moving forward into week, so that definitely could give it a shove. But yeah, fundamentally, I mean, maybe not. I heard a little bit of a different story today coming back that some of the Fed speakers have come out to say that there possibly may not be rate cuts anytime soon again, and it may not be as many as what people thought.
Did you see about the housing prices, how housing prices went up to an extra 6%, a new all-time high in the US housing market?
No, I didn't really pay attention, to be honest.
Okay, well, that's probably one catalyst of why price has gone up with gold, but also with the news about the president in Iran from yesterday. I saw it, I was like, oh shit, market's going to have a reaction.
Yeah. I mean, how much of everything we hear is true, though? That's the thing.
Yeah,
well,
that's...
With the presidency, if they actually said that there might be an attack on the plane or something, that would have definitely affected the market.
Exactly, that would have, the market would have shit in the bed and gold would have gone flying.
Israel and oil prices would have gone up, and that would have been your catalyst.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
because they're still saying that it was weather conditions or maybe they had a technical problem inside the plane. It wasn't like the market was just trying to digest it. But on gold as well, every time, you know, it's like a marathon. When you get a sprint, then you get the rest as well.
Yeah,
So
exactly. It doesn't always sprint.
Yeah. And usually smart money wouldn't be buying around these levels anyway. So what they usually do is they start cashing out around these areas to get out of their positions. And we tend to actually be getting involved in buys. A lot of hedge funds will probably get on the swings right here. And that's how they end up getting caught, because it's too high. And you know, the top they have is at psychologically is at 25. I don't think they will be actually buying extra from here. Same thing with the stocks. Stocks are finding it quite hard to find new buyers in right now.
I wonder if they already knew that this was bound to happen. That's why they cashed out. You have these theories. That's all.
They drive the markets, man. It's like sometimes you get CPI inflationary numbers and they drive the market to a level to cash out. So they can drive the market to whatever area they want to cash out and then get out their positions. And also give the retail the indication that the market is at all-time high and it's just going to keep on going and stuff like that. And a lot of people get caught on the wrong side.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they have the means, the capital to do so. Same thing, like gold is just ranging right now.
Yeah.
So if you're not capturing the perfect areas, you'll get caught in the middle.
Yeah, that's precisely right. That's why retail traders need to be careful, because they think they know what they're doing, but they actually don't.
Yeah. Now they just look at the trend and that's it. The trend is up. I'm just gonna keep on buying, and whenever they come on the charts, they don't look at anything else. They just say buy, and they keep getting caught.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to buy something and hold it, you can just do Bitcoin for the sake of matter. But obviously, crypto at the moment is having its own dilemma and having its own patch, because there's no direction right now.
Yeah, you just have to, the only way probably you find profits is by saying, if I was smart money and I was willing to invest millions of dollars, where would I buy? Would I buy a premium or a discount? So then you can figure out what discount levels might be for you to get involved and just mark it up, put an alarm and let the market ride, because there's, like on Bitcoin, around the 50,000 area, 52 I think we got back into, might have been a good discount area to take up another position to go all-time highs, or maybe retest all-time highs one more time. But these levels is too late, it's already gone. But people are still FOMOing, it's the only problem. And obviously the markets move on FOMO anyway, so.
Yeah, that's precisely true. And I'm holding from 50K, so I'm kind of like in the cushion, but I wouldn't say no to a discount. I wouldn't say no to that, but it just depends on the whole speculation of what's going to happen through everything when it comes to predictions or people like mining it or whatever, like the world events or whatever the case may be. Everything happens for a reason, but everyone's just got to be smart when it comes to retail perspective, because we go through this from time to time where retail traders are never going to win against the market, the institutions, and all that stuff. So we just need to be smart and have the concept of common knowledge and just understand that once you get your money, just get out. Just don't waste your time and give your money back, because if you do that, you're just shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah. I mean, so there's a talk about the Ethereum ETF might get declined. So if that does happen, because they're trying to talk about it June, that's when they're having a meeting, and if it gets declined, then crypto is going to take a hit.
Absolutely.
You know, you don't want to be in a position where you're going to be floating negative for a year or two, or whatever position you're in. You're wiping all your profits out in one candle, 1 month candle. So, yeah, well, crypto is really volatile, man. Like, unless you catch good moves on crypto, it's not really going to be paying.
No,
all
I
good,
mean,
Ben. All good, brother.
From 2K, I've been holding it from 2K, so I'm just.
it is a risky concept. Like, it is a risky game when it comes to crypto, much more than obviously the Forex market, because you just don't know what the
Here goes gold.
prediction is.
Wow.
Yeah. Good thing I'm on the buy.
I'm on there as well, man. Well, 130 pips up.
Nice. I'm on 24.17.50. Not
I
too
don't
bad.
think this I was gonna flip at any time. So
Michelle, no, I'm not. I'm not in nothing.
yeah.
No.
It's coming up to a new level, which is just here, and that's your previous weekly highs.
Again, guys,
tempted.
one thing you're going to learn here, and I know a lot of people just, they can't hack it because they're going to flick through streams. They want to find trades. They want to find anyone who's in the trade because they want to experience that endorphin rush. They want to be involved. One thing you're going to learn if you stick with me is you're going to learn about discipline and patience and trading quality entries that are going to give you 8 out of a 10 chance in most cases of being a profitable one. So don't worry if we're not in a trade. Trust me. You ask Franco, who's on the call right now. You ask some of the other guys that I coach who have had issues with prior to, you know, coming to me about trading, getting involved every 5 minutes, getting themselves caught out in, you know, trades that aren't, you know, good entries and ending up in a significant drawdown, taking a bad loss. Once they learn to just wait and hunt for quality entries and look for your catalyst at the right levels and be patient with it. It's okay to miss a move. Once you learn to actually, you know, trade with that sort of manner, trade in accordance to your plan and the rules, you'll be so much better positioned moving forward. Trust me, guys. You just need to. You don't stress it if you're not in a move. It's all good. I can happily sit through this, thinking, yeah, it's good. You guys are in a trade, whatever. But it's just as good if you can sit through and not execute because it didn't tick your rules. If you execute just because someone else said so, I don't know. You need to have a good look at yourself. You need to. I understand if it ticks the box for you, then that's fine. But if it doesn't, you need to just chill and you know, work out what is your way, your edge moving forward, I suppose, and just trade it. Trade the plan. You're gonna flick through different streams constantly. You're gonna pick up bits and pieces. You're gonna get yourself bloody confused. That's all I can say. So just decide what resonates with you. It might not be my stream. I can understand that. But whichever, you know, stream or, you know, mental, whatever you decide to go with, give it a chance and don't keep flicking through. Don't rush. Don't look for entries if they're not technically there in accordance to your plan. Trade your plan. For me, this is fine. This is fine. It was almost a tick. Almost. Could I got an entry? Yeah, maybe. But it's all good. There is going to be plenty of opportunities moving forward. It may not be right now. It could be moving into MY. We called some absolute beauties last Wednesday during MY. We called 2 wins within about 10 minutes of each other. So just patiently wait. It's all good. You don't have to be involved. Don't stress it. Well done to people who are involved. Everyone else, it will come. You'll get your chance.
Perfectly said. You couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah, struggling a bit, but I hope I got the point across. So.
Yeah, you know, like
half the time.
Like to share personal experience, I have been like in that situation where you just get a lot of information from different people, different styles, and
Yeah.
you end up getting stuck. Like you
Well,
just play that the different methods just keep playing in your head, and at the end of the day you don't know which method you really want to trade, because you might see a
it's
setup
true.
that one method tells you yeah it's okay, and then the other one conflicts it, and then you just end up being so confused. So I've had that experience. It's not pretty.
No, it's not. We've all been there. I mean, when I started, I used to flick through many different streams and, you know, what's this guy doing? What's that guy doing? Oh, this guy's not taking a trade. All right, well, let's see what the next guy's doing. I had no idea what I was doing until I actually stuck with, you know, one group and learned, and it worked for me. Yeah, I've adjusted it a lot to my own liking, but that's exactly what I need to do. I need to just chill out and stop flicking and stop, you know, trying to pick up trades left, right, and center from everyone. Just focus on what I understood, the one that I understood that sounded good to me, and give it a proper go.
The thing is as well, people could have their own different opinions when it comes to trades, because
Well, that's exactly right.
Some people go for sells and some people go for buys. Now, we're here having our own bias, which is completely natural. We're fine to have our own bias opinions on when it comes to trades, but let's just say we did take that buy, and then somebody would say, "Oh no, it's a sell," you know. So they try to go for the other
It's true.
YouTube platform,
I'll just quickly say something though. One thing is a lot more difficult for me being in a hot seat than what is for you guys, if you know what I mean. I'm not that I feel the pressure, but it is obviously my stream, so I am the focus. So whatever happens, whatever I call is what gets scrutinized more so. You guys can jump on and say I just took this buy, I'm 100 pips in profit. You know what I mean? It doesn't really have much of an impact on the people in the YouTube chat. No offense, but if I need to be strict, because I was just gonna say I'm trying to educate at the same time, and I'm trying to teach like a way of trading that has worked successfully for me, and that's just by being patient and disciplined to actually wait for your plan to play out. And believe it or not, you might think, and you see me call, I want to see this happen next. You might think, well, this is never going to get a trade. Bullshit. Trust me. You're going to have weeks where you saw, like, I mean, last week we got quite a few trades. The weeks prior to it, we got multiple trades some days. You're going to have your weeks where you're going to get plenty of options. You're going to have your weeks where it's going to move and it's not going to give you your option. You're going to have weeks where it's just going to consolidate and you're not going to get nothing. But trust me, if you can trade your plan, trade your rules, moving forward, you will be a much, much better trader. Crypto Loco, thank you. So it is a lot more difficult. And for me, it's fine because I'm used to it. I enjoy it. I enjoy coaching, I enjoy educating, I enjoy being in the hot seat, and quite frankly, it's not financial advice, so no one has to follow the trades I take. It's up to you. If it ticks the box for you, you're more than welcome. If it doesn't, don't just take it because I'm taking it, because you're never going to learn that way. Gold hit NY 50% yesterday is with that reaction.
New York. It did.
Yesterday's candle?
I'm not sure, man. I assume it's a current candle. Daily candle, perhaps?
Yeah, daily, it's not the 50, but I mean, you're probably meaning maybe from where it took off from yesterday, NY, I'm assuming. I wasn't on yesterday for NY, to be honest, so it hit today's Asian session 50%. Oh, okay, so yeah, that could be. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But yeah, that's one thing you guys, you gotta remember. This is how I do it. and I am the focus of the stream. So it's all good, but I mean, if you're going to take a trade, why don't you call it straight away when you're taking it, not just after the fact when you're 50 pips in profit or something. I don't mind it all, in all honesty, but you get a lot more credit if you say I'm buying gold now. Not a signal, but I mean, it's true. It is so true. If you can actually call it whilst before it happens, what you're looking at, because it's a lot easier to come on after the fact. I mean, I used to do it as well. I used to do it, you know, when I was with the old group before I was actually coaching and mentor within the group. But then I learned, well, there is nothing wrong with taking a loss and documenting it, telling people and explaining why you think you took the loss. So it's all well and good if you call your wins, call losses as well, because you can't tell me you never take a loss. You may not take many losses, but there's definitely going to be losses in there. Rodrigo, that's so true. It never helps when someone calls after the fact. I agree. So I'm the one in the hot seat. That's why I just stick to my rules. This was almost an entry, almost. Yes, I probably could have justified it, but I really wanted this candle to pull back further. Once it popped up, I wanted to pull back again, then I would have bought it. So happens to be, it wasn't to be the case, so I just sit and chill. Simple.
We could potentially get that pullback before 9 a.m. You know, and even like another 8 minutes wouldn't kill to wait.
Yeah, well, that's definitely what I'm waiting for right now.
Yeah.
Because we're rejecting. We ended up back below this range, then there could be options to sell it. But once again, the issue is going to be stop loss. But, I mean, we've tapped into the range above, only to reject, so don't quite yet have the catalyst in this case for me is a bearish engulfing 15 or bearish candle closing, if not engulfing, right near the low of the previous. That is the catalyst for me right now. If it doesn't happen, then what I probably, again, if they're just following my rules, need to see maybe a weak support, price begin to pop below that weak support, and that might be the catalyst. Could be options, but just need to, for me anyway, I need to wait. Okay, what about giveaway 1k subs? Yep, there will be giveaways. I'm just deciding whether I'm going to do a funded giveaway this week, or if I'm just going to do a course giveaway and wait on the funded one moving forward. And if it's a funded one, it's only going to be like a 5k account or something, a really small one. Because by no means am I a wealthy person. I have many things to pay for right now, including a private school fee for my son, which costs an arm and a leg.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Yeah, I got to pay that this week. He's just started back at school for his their summer break has just ended.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, over there. So I've got to pay for that.
Yeah.
Just never ends.
Yeah, that's bad.
It never ends because he's at an international school, so it's by no means is it cheap.
No. Obviously, education is quite expensive nowadays.
Yep. All right, so GJ, back to the trading for a sec. GJ bouncing. Once again, the issue with GJ is what margin do we have? Absolutely zero. There is not going to be a margin to, because it could just reject this previous support to the left. Looking at on the 15, it's just consolidation. It could reject the resistance on the 15. It's just unfortunate. Well, for me, I don't really give a shit, but for those who are really looking for a nice quality entry, you've got resistance at about, from the current level, 11 pips away. From a break of the most recent resistance formed on the way down, you've got not even 8 pips. You got 8.5 pips, and once you count for spread, you're likely to have about 7 pips. So again, for For me, it'd be clutching at straws if I was trying to find the entry. I'd just be waiting. And if gold begins to now close back weak bearish, I'm going to buy it as it breaks on the next candle. That's if it closes weak bearish.
Yeah, and 5 minutes left until the new
could
hour
do that.
candle.
Yep, it could do that. The hourly will close above the resistance, bullish engulfing. That could be an option. I mean, based off the hourly, you could also almost look for the new candle to pull back to create lower wick, and potentially look for a limit order with a wider stop loss. It's things to consider, guys. So it's not done with yet.
Okay. I just wanted to take a look at something. There was a certain trade I prepared for Asian, but I didn't take it because I was asleep.
Yeah.
On G, is it GA?
GA. Okay. You have a chart
Yeah.
or?
No, just opening it. I was just explaining. So from this level here, this 1.9, above this previous consolidation.
Oh, just here, you mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Just
okay.
So I had prepared that because this one break out yesterday from a 4-hour consolidation, and this was retesting it. If you take it on the 4-hour, you see this was a huge consolidation zone.
Oh, just mark it in
this was like
quickly.
a breakout and a retest. Yeah.
Yep. I can see it.
Yeah, this was a huge consolidation zone. Yeah, so this was like a breakout and retest.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was looking to take it in both days, but I didn't get to enter it. So I just wanted to see what your thought was on that setup.
That one, I think that's a really good catalyst. You've got a nice closure above the consolidation. You're trending high lows, high highs. You would have had daily counter probabilities to the upside as well. Not sure how this can formed. It may not have had much of a, or it doesn't have much of a low wick, if any. It may have popped up, popped back down, popped up again. But as far as a catalyst and level to get involved, yeah, 100%. I think that would have been a really nice entry. Really nice entry. Nice strong closure but on the prior account prior to it. So yeah, even if you weren't on the charts, good to see it play out.
So I had it. I didn't want to put the buy stop there, so I just let it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because the Asian session for me, it's late night, early morning. So I went to bed, then I woke up, I saw it play out beautifully.
Yeah, well, it's always good to see it play out. Yeah, nice one. Just waiting on gold, so it looks like it's going to close quite strong at the moment. What I missed. RS private schooling fees are killing me too. Oh no, man, it's insanely expensive in GCC too. It's expensive everywhere you go. So he's yeah, I mean but it is what it is. Apart from at private school and public system over there anyway. So he should be here, but I'm not going to go into that. That's not for stream. All right, so the hourly is going to close above. Let's look at this. 87 pips stop loss. Wow. Yeah, that's a little bit too much. I don't mind having a wider stop loss these days, but 87 pips is just not going to cut it. I'm talking like 50 or something. All right, so in accordance to my rules, once again, don't have a valid entry just now. If this was the 30, let's just say the way the hourly closed, I'd probably be looking for a buy limit at the high of the bearish candle. But it's obviously not, so stop loss is going to be way too wide in the hourly. So what I'm probably going to be needing to wait for right now is a 15 minutes close, bullish engulfing, and that will give me my catalyst to look for a buy on the next M15. That's probably what I'll be waiting for right now. Not going to look for a limit order. The new hourly's just open. It's creating an upper wick, so it could pull back. Create lower wick, potentially tap into that level. But I'd rather wait and trade it based off the price action catalyst, that being the engulfing candle. GJ, once again, got some nice closures, but it's still, there is no margin. If I wanted to trade this level, what I wanted to see prior to this choppy move was just clean candles, bearish candles down. Then this. My concern is it could reject here, and there's not enough margin if it does reject it. How about GU? Let's take a look at GU. Rejecting the highs again. There's no margin for me to sell it too, to be honest. Selling it back into the support, there is like 2 pips. We'll see. We'll wait around a bit longer. Oh man, my chest. Oof.
So you know
What?
I'm hoping that it will give us a leg if it's still gonna buy out.
What, gold or?
Yeah, gold. So ideally, like
A pullback,
if we can just come back,
high low.
yeah, come back at least give us a leg.
Yeah,
That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, if it does that, it comes here and then respects that, then maybe.
yeah, it could be potential sells. I agree. That's what I'd be looking for as far as sells. Otherwise,
yeah,
sells from higher up.
Yeah, after that push, you definitely need a leg. So I'll just let you know I'm waiting in this area just to see if we come back there. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable because I know this was like a weekly. We had a rejection. That's why I feel like it's in the middle right now for it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I still think if we come down and form, respect 24.17, that there could be buys moving forward.
Yeah. So we can also say like something like this basically. We've had a takeoff, and then it's done. It's given a leg, sat above. You probably would have had that area to take your buys in. So hopefully if this does something like that, just comes back and goes above and respects it. And
Yeah,
play.
could look for buys.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to do an update for the members group later and look at it, do some analysis on the private call. It's just consolidating, as it usually does around this time of day, so I'm just going to wait to bother looking at that unless someone wants me to. So GJ, how the hourly close, by the way? So that's not a bad catalyst that to suggest we could continue up, but once again, just can't ignore where it's at within the range. There is not enough margin for me to be satisfied with getting involved. And this 30 closes back below. Be sell options.
What have you got on the bar these days, Justin?
What's that? I didn't hear.
What have you got on the bar these days?
What have I got on the bar? No, I was actually doing dumbbell.
Painful chest.
I was doing dumbbell. Actually, no, I was doing a Smith machine. Incline press. and I wasn't doing anything crazy heavy, not heavy at all, to be honest. 25 kg on either side, so not heavy. But I've been on high reps and high intensity for quite some time, so I was getting up to like 20 and doing like 12 on the first easy, and then pushing out 10 and maybe 8. Whereas this time it was just straight on to 25s and 26.1. No, 26.25. Sorry, I got up to.
Nice.
And that was, you know, pretty much just trying to push out minimum 5 reps per set.
Yeah.
And dumbbell press was 27.5 kilos, and I got about 7 on the first, then 6 and 4, some 6 and 5. I was pretty gassed because I haven't done any. I know it's not that heavy. I used to, oh no shit, man, I used to lift 40 kilogram chest press dumbbells, and I could get, and that was on my last set. After like 3 other sets or so, I could get at least 4 reps by myself without a spotter. I'm not joking. I used to probably about a decade ago. But I wouldn't, yeah, right now, I mean, I'd be pretty happy to just get to 30 kgs in
Yeah,
each,
you hardly
each
ever,
year. What's that?
you hardly ever see anyone use those.
Oh, mate,
outside.
there's, come to my gym. Oof.
Really?
There were some guys yesterday, one young guy in particular, wow. He had a spotter, but he was pushing some weights. I hazard a guess it was around probably 50 kilo dumbbells. Chest press?
Yeah.
And I was looking like, wow. The guy's got energy. And he didn't even look that big. Yeah, he's big, granted, but he wasn't like a, you know, roid munch or anything like that. It didn't look good anyway.
The only thing I sometimes think is the guys that I see who are lifting those don't tend to be, they're super built, but they're not like massively aesthetic.
No, exactly. They're just chunky.
I mean,
really.
like, just pure size.
I've got a nephew like that. He is the size of a friggin' house. Like, kids these days are massive. He's 6'2" or something. He's 6'7". I think he's just turned 17. Weighs 130 kilos. He told me last time.
He was 130 kilos.
Yeah, but actually he doesn't look. Yes, he's a bit overweight, but it doesn't look bad because he's really broad. Like, he's got massive shoulders because he does work out as well. Mate,
That's insane.
he could literally just grab me in one hand and climb the throat and lift me up. He'd have no difficulty whatsoever. He's just he's huge. You know, shit
Yeah,
he
it's
eats for
crazy.
dinner and that too.
Have you
Apparently
guys seen that guy, Anatoly? He's quite skinny.
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah.
Anatoly.
He
Yeah.
goes to the gym to be a cleaner, and he starts lifting.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen it all
It's
over
so good
IG.
to watch.
Yeah, it's just like surprising, man.
Yeah, and he just lifts this bloody what they're doing deadlifts. I don't know, like 100
Yeah.
kilo deadlifts or something. Lifts it up in one hand and
the
cleans at the same
reaction
time.
was massive.
Yeah. Nuts.
I think he's got the strength, really strong core point, but it's the technique that he uses as well.
Yeah, that's very impressive. I'm just trying to bulk up, just 2 or 3 kilos, nothing major. It looks stupid for me. I was to put on too much weight, but he's literally double. My nephew is double what I weigh.
Wow.
And he's broad, he's just, yeah, huge. And he's a plumber. I said, he's doing an apprenticeship. I'm like, mate, if you got one of those roofs, you're going to fall straight through it. You better hope they get some pretty good tiles up there, or a solid ceiling or some shit, because otherwise you're just going to come straight through it. They build them big these days, that's for sure.
Mm.
Absolute madness.
But a man over 100 kilos has to be careful when using tiles. May break the, but you could.
Well, especially if they're doing roofing and stuff like that as well. They've got to be fucking careful going
Well, they
up
do
there.
solar panels and that too, so.
Yeah. It's fucking mad. Like, you've
Yeah.
got to obviously have the, you've got to have that physique to obviously work the labor, but sometimes you just gotta be careful not and not overdo it yourself, you know.
Yeah, well, mate, so on that size, we'd have some severe issues with hips and backs, and I mean, my
Yeah.
eldest brother was, he's not tall, he's not short, he's not tall, but he's always had problems with weight, and he's got massive hip problems. He's always struggled with it. He needs an op, but he's trying to hold off. He's always had issues with the weight, so
Yeah.
the story this kid tells me about what he has for lunch when he's out on the road with
Oh,
the
yeah.
crew, unbelievable. 2 Nando chickens, mashed 2
Yeah.
on his own.
Wow.
$60 at Nando's.
That's mad.
That is freaking crazy. $60 on lunch, one person.
How can you pay that type of money just to have that? As
I have
a
no
lunch?
idea. I think he was trying to show off, to be honest.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Yeah, but that's wow. I mean, I enjoy my food, but I would never spend that much money on lunch, or not for myself anyway. Not unless it's something I was indulging, you know, fine dining restaurant, a nice steak or some shit, but not on 2 chickens from Nando's and some fries or some shit. You get much better.
Fuck that. Nah, I mean, I would just pay at least a $5 for a meal deal, and then that's me done. But yeah, some people want to pay $60 for like Nando's. I mean, that's mad.
Yeah, it's not for me. But he'd be pushing some massive weights, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're pushing massive amount of weights, definitely you're gonna need to have that. Well, you need that fuel, and especially you need the food, the right amount of food for the
exactly.
amount of weight you're pushing. Absolutely.
Mr. Phil, no problem, man. Sharif, what I have for breakfast, I usually have about 5 egg whites and 1 whole egg. With not mixed together. Sometimes I mix it together and chuck them in the pan, and believe me, it tastes pretty good. I also have oats with usually pretty much 1 scoop of whey. Not lately, it's not isolate. I just had concentrate. It's not that much difference, to be honest. Isolate hits the stream quicker, but it's of a morning, so I don't think it makes that much of a difference if I have concentrate or isolate or whatever you have. Caseine's a totally different one, obviously, but yeah, a scoop of protein. I mash a banana in there and a bit of Greek yogurt with no flavoring or nothing, and that's the breakfast, and I love it. Sometimes, believe it or not, I mix it all together and chuck it in the pan, and believe me, it tastes fantastic. It's like a massive pancake. Nutritional information.
That sounds interesting, because I just go for porridge with like peanut butter, banana, a bit of cinnamon. That's it.
That's also good.
Yeah. But I definitely need to get back on the protein shakes, really. Well, whey and protein and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was considering having like 1 mass gainer a day.
Yeah.
That will help get the calories up, because I struggle. I eat super clean, so either that or I drizzle olive oil or have a fair shit ton of avocado as well. I still prefer to have good fatty acids, not just McDonald's and fried shit.
No.
Yeah. Nah, there's no nutrition in fried food, to be honest.
No, it's all shit.
No.
Yeah.
Mm.
It just kills your hunger, and that's it.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's pretty much all it's good for. We get gold, so it's rejecting now. Let's see. Is it going to close below? Is it going to close below? And if it does close significantly below, I may look for a sell limit. potentially, because it could just be the alley pulling back within itself, tapping into that resistance again. You know, let's gather a little bit more steam to head back down. That's what I could potentially be looking at. I just need to wait a little bit more than 14 minutes, and that's probably going to be the last thing I'll be waiting for if it ticks the box. Otherwise, I'm just going to call it, because I need to, speaking of dinner, I need food. I need to go make dinner prior to any New York session later. Yeah, the secret is olive oil. That is, if
Olive oil?
if you're trying to put on a little bit of size, there's a little bit of olive oil on. No, it's not. You can't have it on everything, but
No.
on most things. Sheriff, you will need to post a pic on IG of the breakfast.
Yeah, I think that's what it means.
Yeah, I could, I usually, well, actually, no, I haven't done so for a while. Just tell you what, James, the salmon's been tasting fantastic. Oh, had it yesterday. Oh, mate.
Man, I've been eating so much salmon.
I could not wait.
I think of you.
Oh, I could not wait to get off stream. Honestly, I was just like, come on, and I want, right, I'm off. Time for dinner. Looked forward to it so much. So, oh, mate, cooked to perfection as well.
Well, apparently you're not supposed to be having raw fish a lot.
Nah, not a lot, but it's not that raw. It's pink a little bit in the inside, like right in the middle, but it's just really soft and succulent.
Yeah.
No, I know what,
When
because of the the worms and that, and the salmon can carry a lot of bacteria and that.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger.
Well, that's it. Gut's probably full of it. If I told you half the shit I've eaten over in Thailand, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm immune to it.
You have much better resistance to everything off.
Probably. Stomach the rats and the bugs without any issues.
Oh shit.
Then I should be right with some salmon. That's pretty well done. You know, it's still a little pink on the inside. I don't like it too dry. It's shit when it's overcooked.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
What's tonight?
You just want that. You just want that little, like, not dry, but just like that has that watery, like squish. You know.
Yep. The other one's barramundi, so that's an Aussie fish. I'm not sure if you guys know of it, but that's great. It's a white fish.
Mm.
When you cook it to perfection, it's hit or miss. If you're a little bit too long in a pan, it's going to be too dry. If you're not long enough, then it's not cooked. Just go back on, it just destroys it. But yeah, I cooked that on the weekend. Wow, that was perfection as well. Have I tried durum fruit? I definitely have, and I like it. You either love it or hate it. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like it as long as you add some like flavor into it. Then it just becomes much more worth it, you know.
It just depends what. I mean, if you get the top quality shit, then and it's just like custard or something, like baby custard. It's the same texture.
Yeah.
But I've had some which are dry and they're disgusting. That's horrible.
Nah, it definitely needs flavor. It definitely needs like a little bit of oil, olive oil, but also it needs flavor like chili and then stuff like.
Don't say that to a Thai person. Yeah, they'll put chili on other fruit, but not durian. Durian's like the king of all fruits, so they just eat it as is.
Mm.
Oh, gold breaking. All right, let's see. Let's see. We get an option. Yeah, they'll put chili on everything. Mango, strawberries,
Yeah.
pretty much everything. And fish sauce as well with it. Chili and fish sauce, and dip it. And ugh. No. Fruit's fruit. I just like to have it as is.
Yeah, I like fruit with like Greek yogurt.
Yeah, that's different. That's right.
Especially if you put honey in it or something. You know, add a bit of sweetness or whatever. If you want it sweet, of course.
Yep. Alright, let's see if it closes without making a move. We could look for limit order sell as well. I would look for some limit order sells. So right now it's amount of waiting at 8.5 minutes. And GJ coming back down. Once again, as I mentioned at start of stream, doesn't mean I'm selling it if we close below, but I'm starting to contemplate options moving forward. And as I mentioned, that me move down, potentially tapping into this support, at least retrace, create a lower high, and then I would have options MY pre-MY. You know, the other thing I really rate is cayenne pepper. Nice and spicy and really good for you.
Yeah.
Really good for you. A wonder herb or spice or whatever you call it.
Yeah, I definitely like
Superfood.
to put chili, like chili peppers or whatever in the food, especially if you want it hot.
Yeah. Yeah, cayenne's that's a lot hotter than your average ground chili.
Mm.
Yeah.
That definitely gives anything a kick. So I chuck it on eggs. I chuck on everything.
Yeah, it's a fat burner and also
Yeah,
apparently antidepressants as well.
Yep.
So.
anti-inflammatory. Oh, heaps. There's heaps to it. It's a superfood.
Yeah. Yeah. But it will make you eat a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, trying to cut weight, that's a good thing.
See, now my problem is on this is I'm still thinking this could be a leg to go up unless it taps into where you have liquidity and then respect that. Then I'll change my mind saying, yeah, this is a lower high. Then we could potentially go down more.
Yep.
Just so you know how I'm looking at it.
No worries. Well, yeah, we'll see, because yeah, I'm waiting for this. First of all, confirmation, and then I might look to sell it upon the tap in. In anticipation, we've got the bearish engulfing closing back below the range, so yeah, we'll see. Ends in 6 and a bit minutes. EU still range bound, as is EU, as is AU. Yep, so it's under 6 minutes.
Yep.
You know what the best fruit is? Mangosteen. If anyone's tried that, that is absolute gold, that stuff.
Mangosteen.
Yeah, that is bomb. It is the shit. Just tastes like a sweet and sour lolly or something. It's so good. Let's see. It's probably EIN. Sure, probably. Well, no, it's not. It's that. So completely wrong. That's mangosteen. That stuff is the bomb. It is so good. Oh, so is this rambutan. That's pretty good. Longan. That's also a good one. So all these are fruits native to Southeast Asia and probably other parts of the world, but I know from Thailand, lychees, longan, rambutan, durian, mangosteen.
Yeah, those exotic fruits in the UK will be super expensive. To be
Yeah, it
honest.
tastes like shit, likely.
Yeah, it doesn't come in. It's not
It's-
organic enough.
No.
It just tastes like water mostly.
Yeah, it's the same here in Oz, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Although we do have the climate for it up north, so I don't know. Maybe it's not, I don't know. You can't, certain conditions, it can't grow there. Or... No idea. But the climate's basically the same as Southeast Asia, so can't see why it wouldn't. Four minutes remaining, guys. If not, I suggest, if you haven't already done so, join the Discord and let's chat on a live Discord only call for MI later.
Yeah.
So once again, the link is down below in the description. Sure, if there was an article on Forex Factory yesterday where a pineapple was being sold for $400. Wow. I know, like, when durian is first in season, that retails for a ridiculous amount as well. I think you find it's even more than that. But that is nuts, 400 for a pineapple. Man, just go to Thailand, you pay $1 for a freaking pineapple. Probably tastes just as good as well, so...
It will be the luxury of the fruit, because there's been a lot of pineapples been selling lately, but it's crazy. $400 for a pineapple? Oh man.
Yeah, I think it's
That's
just...
gotta be like...
It's just a show off, man. It's just an IG story. What I spent $400 on. Absolute flog.
Hey,
Honestly.
if it was, that's got to be like the best $400 pineapple to even eat, or even just, you know, use
red
it as
pineapple.
a commodity.
Never heard of red pineapple.
Really?
No, never seen red pineapple. I know it's yellow watermelons and that.
Oh wow, I've never seen a red pineapple or whatever.
Took them a
Those
decade to
other
create. God,
Decade.
$400. You can think of better things than spending $400 on.
Surely that's gonna give you like super immune powers or whatever. I don't know.
God knows what's going to that. It's taken them a decade. Come on, gold. The closes like this is not a catalyst. As far as the limit order, could be still a sell entry.
Could be a buy, but it's very slow.
Yeah, I want it really a nice closure below. For the limit order. Now for the sell below, it just depends how the new candle opens up. But it definitely has to close below. I'm not going to be interested if it closes as is, because it could just respect this level. New candle could open up, create slow wick, end up flipping back above. So it's on a bit of a knife's edge right now as to whether it wants to come up or down. If it respects this level, I reckon it will eventually come back up. And if it pops below it, closes below it, then probably heading back down to support. 35 seconds remaining. Let's see. $15 showing signs of exhaustion from the ups, well, to the downside, I mean. So it could begin to flip. Oh, here we go. We've got 30 seconds now. This is going to close right on that blue zone. You watch.
I hope so.
Right on it. It's not going to move the next 5 seconds.
A little bit further down, that would be even nicer.
Yep. No, it hasn't done it. It's right on it. What do I need to see to consider anything? I need this count to pop down. Pretty much to load that count and then pull back, creates up wick. Then I consider selling for broke again. One more issue, the 4 hour. Well, on this particular broker, it's not about to close, but I've got to change what the one I use on stream. I wonder is about to close, and it's closing by the looks of it bullish. Most of the brokers have got the 4-hour candle on gold will be closing in the next 30 minutes. I think you're fine.
My one is closing in hour and 30.
Oh, okay. What one's that?
Pepperstone.
What's IC markets?
Yeah, it's a Australian broker.
Yeah. Well, same as IC markets, so yeah, that's a little bit tricky.
Yeah, that's why I try to just take wherever on the 1 hour and then protect myself straight away just in case.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know what you mean. You're getting to break even very quickly.
Yeah, so ideally, like when this opened up, I will take it just in case, and then take that little retracement back to the box and then protect myself. Same thing here. You know, I had that zone I was saying like we probably will run into and protect myself from there. Because the 4 hour can take you back out easily. So far, it's looking good as well. Like, because I know we have, so we run into a bit of problems, but we still have money in these areas.
Yeah.
To the upside, we still have money there.
I'm just down the volume at this time, in all honesty.
I'm looking at buys on GU on the breaker with 15-minute high.
Okay. Base off of 15, closing above this support.
I've got that draw, that zone drawn in.
Okay. You get a pretty tight stop loss.
Yeah, 7 pips.
Yeah, I think it looks all right.
Yeah, I would if it was a 10 or 11 pip stop. I don't think I'd take it. It's just because it's a nice short stop.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to get anything on gold, to be honest. Really wanted this to close lower down. Close right at it. It's close right at that resistance, the body of the candles to the left.
I mean, I measured move on a fib. That was 50%.
Right there.
Replacement. Yeah.
And it's bouncing off it.
Yeah. And that's why, you know, just thinking, could it be a leg for this move?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd still favor the buys moving forward.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to have to wait for MY though, for me, to be honest. And that's all good. That's just practicing patience. The alley's still open. The alley, once again, still has a high low, so still plenty of time for that to flip as well. And what would really be nice right now is if, let's just say, the 30 closed a weak bullish candle. Around that support at resistance, and then would almost look for options either side of it, in all honesty. Yeah. What am I gonna do? To be honest, I don't think I'm gonna call it. I'm not really feeling this entry, to be honest. I want it to close lower down as per the original analysis. Yeah, that's just how I don't feel comfortable selling it below that point right now unless this candle did close lower down. So I'm just gonna wait, see, come back personally in a couple hours time for MY and see what the charts are at. and look to see what we can come up with the game, the Discord guys moving forward. But otherwise, what I probably prefer to see right now is, even if this candle closes bearish followed by a pause on the 15, a weak support forming, and then look for potential entries. Price begins to break that weak pause below the previous resistance. So now we're popping below it. I want to see if we can trigger in some buys, and if we do respect the low of wherever the support is formed, if it, for instance, is formed at low of the previous 30, then we'll likely head back up, retest these highs. However, if we reject it and pop below it, what we'll likely do is head back down to the lows of 24.10. So could be entries right now, but I'm just not comfortable, not feeling it, to be honest. Yeah, so that's gold. GJ, I don't like the area it's at. Again, me has to break the move, cut through that, pull back, then I'm going to trust the sells. Otherwise, we bounce off for a potential catalyst from support at 198.30, or this previous resistance ideally is where you'll have more margin if it does pull back to 198 point or 198.10 is the level I've been looking at support to form. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go make some dinner, seeing we spent best part of the last half an hour talking about food. Yeah, once again guys, join the Discord, links down below. We will be live for NY for the Discord guys in about 2 hours from now, probably just over 2 hours from now. Meantime, if you could hit the like button on the way out. Guys in the Zoom call, I'll catch you later on if you're around.
Yeah. Thank you.
No worries.
Cheers guys.
Have a good one.
Cheers mate. Cheers guys. I'll catch you later. And to those of you in the YouTube chat, all good. Might not have got anything today. Charts have moved, but we learned another lesson in patience, and trust me, you'll be all the better for it moving forward. But yeah, otherwise, thank you for your support as always. Tomorrow I'll be on for CPI. It's a big one tomorrow for the pound, so be on from 6:30 a.m. Make sure we're on well in time for the news to be released. So until then guys, trade safe, don't do anything stupid, and I'll catch you later. For those of you in Discord, otherwise I'll see the rest of you tomorrow. Cheers guys, take care, bye.